Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to an amazing 139 subscribers. As a few of you may know, hi, Kira Bell. This is Kira Bell. Say hi to the comic book collecting community. As some of you may know, and I say some of you because out of my 139 subscribers, 31 of you watched my last video. Why? Um, I talked about, I think the title was like sort of like cashing in, cashing out, cashing up. I have begun to sell some comic books. I have a lot of them. I'm not selling anything like really super key. I sort of laid some guidelines for myself that I'm not selling anything graded. I'm not selling any first appearances. I'm not selling any number one issues. And I'm not selling anything that's like I'm emotionally attached to. That I have like really fond memories of like finding this book out in the wild with friends or by myself, and so I'm not. So some of the books that I sold, um, Nick Fury, Agent of Shield, number 3 and number 4, Cull, the Conqueror, number 5 and number 8, Jungle Action 17. Um, what else is on here? Marvel Team Up 65. These are not key issues, and like I said, I have a lot of them. And if I look at these comic books, some that I bought off the rack, like way back, for cover price, um, or $1 here, $2 there. Um, I've currently made just a little bit under $5,000 from the batches of comic books that I've sent off to James at Mint Hunter Comics. He pays a fair price. He pays you immediately, and I've had no complaints with it. And so I'm continuing to do that. Now, what I'm doing with most of the funds, and some I'm setting aside to, you know, for the household. We just paid for a new roof, which we'll be paying for the next 3 years. But my wife and I have other goals, so I'm setting aside some of that money to continue to move forward, because that's what we all want to do. We want to keep moving our lives forward in a good, positive direction. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to turn the camera here, Care Bear. Do you want to say goodbye to everybody? Yeah. She's like, no, I just want to love on you. She's a sweet girl. So I took some of the money to buy some key issues. As everybody is aware of who collects comics, post the Rovid spike in collectibles, which includes comics, where things got stupid expensive. When everybody's getting like stimulus money, it's like, yes, I will pay $1,000 for that $200 comic book because it's free money. It's free money. Um, and now we're in sort of like an economic slump. I don't want to use the R word in case then like the video gets flagged or something. So, you know, uh, people's income is a little bit less in terms of like extra income. Um, when things at the grocery store are costing like twice what it used to, and price of gas and blah, 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 and all that stuff. The disposable income, that's what I was looking for earlier, disposable income, is not quite there to where buying a comic book is a priority. So what I have seen is that really key issues have also dipped in price. And this does not scare me. This is a buying opportunity because I remember what those prices were during the Rovid, which means when people have that disposable income, these are the issues that they want to buy. These are the issues that they will shell out the money. So I look at it as like if there's a comic book from what 1975. So this thing is, I don't want to do the math, 50 years old, and it's worth $20 now, even though comic books are a little bit of a lull, what's it going to be 10 years from now? The $20 might go to 30, 32. It's already 50 years old, man. Um, I suppose there's that crazy speculation in our head where if like Glib Glappian from the Glip 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 shows up in a movie or a TV show and this thing's gonna skyrocket. And yeah, man, that could happen. I mean, no one saw Groot coming. The monster from Planet X, from Tales to Astonish was like in one issue. And then somewhere in the 70s, in Chance Bartel's Chance Acting Demo, Nostalgic Podblast can chime in here. It's like Hulk Annual 5. And it's like they did like where they pulled all these like crazy pre-superhero monsters back, like like the Blip, Titan, and Groot, and like Hulk literally like reduces Groot to like a smoldering stump where he's got like big chunks of rock in each hand. He's like Hulk smash. That was it. And then Guardians of the Galaxy came out, and now Groot's a plush toy. So there's no crystal ball. We can't foresee the future. But as a general rule, like I said, if this book is 45, 50 years old and it's worth $20 now or $25, the chances of that jumping up to a $1,000 comic book in the next 10 or 15 years is very, very unlikely. However, if you put your money into key characters and first appearances of major characters, these things just keep on trucking on up the food chain. Just appreciate. And like I said, I noticed like these are the issues that people are chasing when they have the money. And when that happens again, and it will, as opposed to me making an extra $10 on this comic or that comic or this, it's very easy for a comic book that you buy today for $1,000 to be a $2,500 book in less than 10 years. That happens a lot. I bought a Tales of Suspense number 41 almost exactly 5 years ago. It was April 28th, 2020. I spent $223 on it. The seller thought it was a 4. I thought it was nicer. I had it pressed, dry, cleaned, and graded, and it came back at 6.5. That's now currently about a $1,000 book. So in 5 years, I turned 220 plus the 50 pressing, dry, cleaning, grading. So I turned 270 into 1,000 in 5 years. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm in a different part of the Lair. I'm not downstairs. I'm gonna flip the screen. I'm gonna show you these books. I'm just gonna go like handheld with camera. Go old school because I don't have like my normal setup here. So I hope you guys really enjoy these books. I have another one already on the way. It is a number 1 issue of a major character that came out in the Bronze Age. So I'm just going to keep doing this and enjoy the ride. And if you never want to sell comic books, your comic books, don't do it. If you want to sell all your comic books, do it. I'm doing what I want to do. So you get to see these. All right. We're going to flip the screen. All right. Oh, don't do that. Okay. There's a nice close-up. All right. Back looks good. Is there any guesses? Probably not. So, there it is. Avengers number 57. The first appearance of the Vision. I love this cover. Iconic covers gets thrown around a lot. Like, I really love this cover. I had this book before, sold it, kind of lamented it. So this is one I really wanted to get back. Mine was PGX graded. This is a CGC 6.0. So for a book from 1968, very respectable game. Wow, I just forgot how to talk. Very respectable, there it is, respectable grade. Love this book. So glad to have it back. Now we're going to get into something more major. We got two of them here. Another big close-up. That's the danger of handheld. All right. Back looks pretty nice. You can tell it's a little bit older. There's a little bit of yellowing, some fading. This book came out in 1963. It has off-white pages, also CGC graded, and blam! Amazing Spider-Man number 6 and a 2.0. I actually looked at some, like 3s and 3.5s, but based on the damage they had, I actually kind of like this one better. I mean, obviously it was cheaper. I mean, it's not cheap. I saw a great 6.5, but like all 3 edges had been trimmed. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. The Lizard. I'll give a shout out to Chris at the We Love Comics. He was very instrumental in the advice and tips that he gives, where he talks about sort of, well, I'm just using the term cashing up, where you take assets that you have and put them into other assets that are going to yield, bigger profit. And that's how he has a Fantastic Four #1. That's how he has, multiple copies of Hulk 181 and ASM 129. At one point at an auction, he was selling this book, and it was out of my price range. When I was trying to take money from the budget or from my paycheck. Clearly, it is not out of my budget. It is not out of my grasp. And this is like a book that, like, wow, like Spider-Man number 6. If you told me 3 years ago I'd be holding this in my hand, I would have been like, okay, probably not, man. And I've changed my mindset where I'm just like, I could do this. And I'm doing it. Last book here, people. Any guesses from the back? This is off-white to white pages. Also CGC graded. It looks like they got a little bit of spine roll, so I wonder if this was ever pressed. This is huge. This is another book, I just wow. Oh, super close up. Amazing Spider-Man number 5. Graded a 3.0. It looks like somebody set something wet on it at some point. There's some cover damage there. And some cover damage there. A little crease. But overall, once again, I'm not only looking for the best price, and by that I mean you gotta look. what's fair market value? What's this selling for? There's some books that where I'm just like, the guy that's got it listed as a 6.0, even though it's a ton more money, is actually closer or below fair market value and a better deal. So I'm searching for that stuff. So these books that I'm getting, I already have a little built up profit. Now, we all know this saucy little character is coming. They've cast Robert Downey Jr. Years ago, I have a video on it. Like I was like, I don't have Fantastic Four #5, but I have #6, and I have like the next 7 or 8 appearances of Doctor Doom, because I knew he was coming. I knew FF was coming in the MCU. I knew it, and I knew Doctor Doom was coming. This was a key issue that I did not have. Oh, I'd have to go back and I think with shipping and the tax and stuff, I got this for right around $800. When Avengers Doomsday comes out, like, we're not talking 10 years from now, like that movie's coming out in a year, I'm pretty sure I could probably double my money in a year when that movie comes out on this book. Certainly in 10 years, this will be a $2,000 comic book. No problem. But for right now, I mean, Amazing Spider-Man #5 and #6, money not coming out of my wallet, money not coming out of my bank account, money not coming out of the family budget. Like this is just crazy to me. I started selling books. It was March 13th. And I got that. I got that. I got that. And like I said, I have another key issue on the way. And I still have money in the PayPal account. Plus, I've thrown about $500 towards, household stuff. So, I'm just going to leave it with this. I love the lizard. So, everybody, the light's on it. Insane close up. Everybody enjoy comics. Enjoy comic book collecting. This is Daniel. Thank you for watching my video. I got some more key books coming because I'm going to keep doing this. And, whether you agree or disagree, if you love comics, how do you not love that? 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 So, I've got some really cool stuff in my watch list. You can see the boxes. I got another batch ready to go. I got a little short box comic books here, stuff where I'm going through and I'm pricing it out. Like, I'm going to keep doing this. So stay with me. I look forward to the amazing comic books that Daniel is going to acquire in 2025. Again, enjoy comics, enjoy comic book collecting, and have a great day.